the most stupid test of the year. It makes kids get freaked out and then they have a doubt in themselves. It's the most stupid test of the year. It makes kids get freaked out and then they have a doubt and they don't do as well. It's the most stupid test of the year. In part 2 of 3 of this video, we're going to be talking about one of the articles in this fictional newspaper we saw. So in part 2 of this video, we'll be focusing on the article called "Kids Don't Like Themselves Anymore." So, about this thing that kids don't like themselves anymore. So it's like, the test is sort of like, well, I'll show you. So, look. So I have a piece of paper right here, okay? So on this piece of paper, I'm going to draw out one of the super stupid questions in the practice math test, and extremely trick question, but it seems stupid if you don't fall for it. So I'll go write this down. Play bingo with yourselves while you're waiting. That's something to do. Especially if there's more than one of you. Okay, I'm back. So, look, you see, we have a piece of paper here. And look, you see, here's point A, point B, point C, point D, and point E. So, just a second. Keep playing bingo. This is going to be just a few moments. Okay, so, let's do this. So, let's pretend that Sheila, I just made up that name. That wasn't the name in the test booklet, or at least the practice test booklet. This problem wasn't in the actual test. So, Sheila drew a line from point A to point B, from point B to point C, and point C to point D. No, these are not lines. These are line segments. Okay, so she drew a line segment from point A to point B, a line segment from point B to point C, and a line segment from point C to point D. How many line segments will she have if she draws a line segment from point D to point E and a line segment from point E to point A? Now, in the test booklet, before they tell you the problem, for some problems they say use a ruler to solve this problem. So this was one of the problems that says use a ruler. And so the child sees this and they says, oh, I'm going to have to measure distances here. Now I know what to expect. And then I read the problem. It's like, there's no measurements here. What am I going to do? And then they feel like they're not good enough. And it's totally, like, gets rid of their confidence. And for someone who doesn't fall for it, they think it's especially stupid, like me. Yeah, because I was like, as if we can't count with our eyes. It's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So stupid. That's like a pre-K. So you get what I mean. So, see you in part 3, I guess. Bye. Hello. So, before we went to part 3, I decided that I want to sneak in a little part 2.5 sort of thing. Get what I mean? So, part 2.5 is going to be about the difficulty of the tests. So, remember in part 2 I left off with, oh, this problem here is a pre-K. So, this part 2.5, I gotta get this thing off the floor. It's stuck on the wheels. Oh, there we go. Thanks. That's what happens when you throw stuff in your swivel chair. Then it's made of paper. Hi. Okay. So, anyway. No, this video is so funny. Okay, enough. You know, I should probably stop or you'll think I'm drunk. I'm not, don't worry. I just have a good sense of humor. Okay, we've already done 1 minute and 17, 18, 19, 20 seconds of laughter and not much done. So let's get to it. So 2 weeks ago, we had the ELA test, that's English Language Arts. That's 1 week before we do the math test. So, okay? No, this is a different math test. That other one was a practice test. This is the real math test that we're talking about now. But anyway, back to the ELA test. So, the day after the ELA tests were done, our teachers had us write letters to the test makers. They didn't actually get sent in the mail, but it was just writing it down to see what we would say, I guess. The teachers find our opinions about it. And one of the other kids in the class thought the ELA test was childish. And it was like, give us something that a newborn can't do. I mean, a newborn can't bubble in, but still, you get his point. Yeah, but it's like, there's a talking yam. It was the name of one of the passages. And before we started taking the test, I asked the teacher, why is it that in all of the ELA passages that there's talking animals when all the science is telling us is that it's not real? Is it because all of little kids' children literature it has talking animals? And the teacher said, oh, good point. Let's just get started. Well, that wasn't my actual teacher. That was someone else that I was taking the test with. Me and a few other kids, including the one who said it was childish. So anyway, back to the childish part. The kid was saying, like, I'm sorry, but a childish yam is sort of like, not child. A talking yam is a little too childish for a 4th grade ELA test. How many? 4th grade ELA test. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, and basically the test makers want to treat us like newborns until I hear like 7th or 8th grade. Because once I heard that the 8th grade ELA test, the ELA teachers couldn't decide the best answers. And in question 58 of the math test for 4th grade, there's 2 right answers. I didn't notice, but apparently lots of other kids did. And for question 58 of the math test for 8th grade, there's no right answer. And I'm pretty sure they were exaggerating when they said send you back to 4th grade. But anyway, you get my point. So now let's move on to part 3, okay? Bye. So, oh hi. this is going to be part 3 of 3 of the most stupid test video. Walmart is made of tests. Thank you very much. This chair is made of Walmart. It's evil. Just joking. Okay, of course I'm joking. You only have so much time here anyway. Spend it good. So, you know what most schools need more of? They need more of this. And they're not getting more of that very often. And so, the schools that have students that do really well on the test get paid lots of money. And that's good for the schools that get lots of money. But the schools that don't get lots of money, that's bad for them. Because it's not just bad for them financially, it means they have worse students. But then they get paid badly and then treat their students better because they have less money. And that's a problem. So it's like, punish the schools who have students that do badly and give money to the schools that have students that do good. And then that brings up, like, well, some of the adults tell you to do good on the test, like, do good on the test, have a good life, be a good person. But then others are like, do good on the test because if you do good on the test, then PS 192 will have more money. I just made it up, but you get my point. You get my point. And so there's one other thing I wanted to discuss. I left it for last on purpose. And so we only have so much time, so I want to get this over with. So the last thing we're going to discuss is, well, basically obedience. And so I was like, let's just start with the basics. Adults don't want to be challenged at all by kids. I mean, who does? But they should be accepting when they do. I mean, like, yeah, but even if they're challenged, no, not even challenged. It's like, hey, Mrs. Gary, could I go to the bathroom? No. They want them to be like that. And who in the name of Mother Earth is going to do that? I mean, unless they're in, like, first grade or something. Okay, we gotta hurry. Yeah, but it's like, did you know that the Erie Canal is the only thing that branches off the Hudson River? No, it's not. It branches off, the Erie Canal branches off of the Mohawk River, which branches off of the Hudson River, and then such and such. No, it doesn't. Don't challenge us. So you definitely get my point here. So we only have about a minute left. So, but it's like, earlier we were talking about that teacher person that we had in the room when we were testing, at least me and a few other kids. Remember the one who thought it was childish? He was in the room with me, that group of kids. Okay, so we really have to hurry here, but anyway, they want us to be really quiet because we were not only testing, but the people next door were testing. So it was like, oh, stop talking. Alex, did you know that such and such? Shut it! I said, that's what they want you to do. They want you to feel sad. I said, yeah, they want you to feel sad, but they don't want you to express it like, they won't listen to me. And they don't want you to take it out on the adults, even though the adults sort of take it out on you. Okay, bye. I really have to go now. See you later. Bye.